let's mute her. See, now it can hear us.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Dynamic Duo podcast. Let me finish getting stuff set up here.
I was gonna say, what
Okay.
are our names?
So you might have noticed we're set up a little bit different right now. We're the camera's facing a different direction, and that's my fault because kind of lazy. I didn't feel like transferring the camera back and forth right now.
Maybe if it works this time, we'll just keep it this way. It looks better.
Yeah. But anyways, welcome to back to the Dynamic Duo podcast. This is a father-daughter podcast where we have discussions, have tea time topics, and a dynamic discussion. So I'm Ben.
And I'm Malia.
So welcome. And if you weren't here a couple weeks ago when we did the podcast, we were doing what we were doing was reviewing the new 10X Kids books. And we were just getting into this, right? And I thought it was pretty cool so far. What was your thoughts on it?
I really like the short stories like this. Like the short stories.
Yeah, the short stories about people,
like
about the kids.
Yeah, because it gives you more, like, you can think about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it will give you, some people can have the exact same thing happen to them.
Mm-hmm. It kind of makes it a little more relevant.
And you can put yourself in that situation if you ever wanted to. It's a good example of what you could do.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
Those ideas make you have ideas.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they can help, and you can act like, and even if those people didn't do what you were thinking, you could put yourself in that position and think what you could do.
Totally. Yeah. And when you hear somebody's story, it's a little bit easier to kind of relate.
That's what kind of like role playing is. You kind of like out.
Yeah, role playing is definitely beneficial for so many things, and that's why I always try to do. Yeah, that's why it's fun. Even playing around, we like to role play, and then you see me do it in a business, and then you see me doing it with you when we're trying to get you to conversate with people a little bit more. So super beneficial. But yeah, that book's super exciting, so I'm excited to get back into that and kind of continue reading that.
I do like this too.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the tea here before we get into that tea time topic. But yeah, so for people that are new here or haven't really followed us on any of these platforms, you can find our live streams. Why don't you tell them where they can find us, sweetie?
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and YouTube.
That's right. So follow us on there. Give us a share. Give us a like. Subscribe. And we really appreciate that. So that stuff kind of helps us get the momentum rolling on that, even though, we've kind of been slacking on these episodes a little bit. Still trying to figure out if I want to stick with the 7 o'clock time. It's kind of a weird thing.
Maybe 6:30.
Yeah,
so
we might.
Maybe 8.
Yeah, we might even switch.
They'll make it an hour and then 30 minutes.
I'm not quite sure yet. I just know that
it's just adding 30 minutes to the time. It would be more to make it a little bit longer. Just starting at 6:30.
Could be. Yeah.
But we could just start the food at like maybe 5:30, and then we'll be done by 6, and then we'll eat for 30 minutes, and then get to that.
Yeah, I don't know when that golden moment is yet.
You could probably get it done in the afternoon. Get this.
We'll figure it out though.
Then turn this off.
Maybe.
And we'll keep it.
Maybe. We'll figure it out though. Just kind of giving them a heads up, giving you guys a heads up that, there might be some changes. My schedule is constantly changing, and so that's kind of the result of that's why I have to do that. So there's always more and more it seems like I'm doing and trying to, but I want to make sure we're still doing this at some level and at some kind of consistency and frequency just to keep it alive. And it's exciting. I like doing these podcasts with you. It's a good exercise for you. It's good for me. It's great for people that know us personally or, as a friend or family, for them to connect with us too. So, but yeah, and by the way, feel free to connect with us and chat with us, type in some comments in the chat. Love that. So let's just start. For the dynamic discussion, I kind of was just winging it. So let's just talk about how our day went. What did we do? We went to church. Mm-hmm. We had a good church day. How was church for you today?
Good.
Good? Yeah, what'd you like about it?
Singing songs.
Singing songs? That's like one of my favorite things too.
You know how? What songs did you play?
I don't know the titles of them.
Well, at least say some of the words. Because I think.
Come As You Are. That I'm guessing that was the name of one of them. Which is a great message, by the way. I love the lyrics in that song. So Come As You Are was one of them. Oh boy. I don't remember the rest of the other. We sang about 4 songs.
You know.
And I don't remember the names of them. Except that one.
There was one that and this girl, she said, I got that from the other room, so we're going to sing that song. And then Kaylee?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
Neither.
I forgot who was with us.
It's okay.
What's her name?
You're talking about the friend I brought today? Candace.
Candace.
Yeah.
There's a song she was singing. That's a song that we played in our room.
Oh, really?
And she and the other girl. That's the song that you played, I think, too.
Oh, really? Like listened to on the radio? Okay.
No. There.
Oh, really?
At the church.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was wondering.
Nice. That's cool.
One of my favorite church songs is In a Father's House.
Oh, really? I don't know that one off the
Father's
top
House.
of my head.
And then it's called In My Father's House There's a Place for Me.
Okay.
And then that one that you like.
Which one?
The one that we play in the car all the time.
On the radio?
On your phone.
A church song? The only church song I don't play any on the phone. Are you talking about the one that's like,
I forgot what's it.
I know that the band is Sanctus Real. What is the dang song? I can't think of it right now off the top of my head.
Me either.
You're putting me on the spot.
I can't even think of it.
Hold on, I got it. Give me 1 second. My God is Still the Same.
Yes, that one.
Did they played it?
No, but that's one of my 2 favorite songs for.
Yeah, I love that song too.
Those 2 are one of my favorites.
Me too. So, well, that's cool. I'm glad that singing is one of your favorite things because that's actually one of my favorite things too. And then just being together with a bunch of positive people and just having a good time and a nice positive atmosphere is a beautiful feeling. So we got Christmas coming up. I want to talk a little bit more about Christmas as we get closer and closer to Christmas. So
I have one.
You have one, what?
We watched a video today, and you know how if you want to celebrate something and then something goes not as planned,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually use that for something.
Yeah, like what?
Like, scenario that she used, it was, she was ready for Christmas, so she did everything. She's like, there's something missing. And it was the Christmas lights. And it was tangled up in a big ball. And she's like, well, here we go at the end. Doesn't that seem hard to do? And then she used it as an idea, like, ding!
Okay. I've definitely been there. I remember the old days when we were kids and we were getting the Christmas lights out. It'd be in a box. And it'd be just like that, all tangled up. And we'd have to sit there and unravel it. And go through that whole process.
That's never really happened.
With us?
No, with Grandma.
Oh, really?
No, it's never happened.
Well, maybe she's packed them away nice and neat.
Yeah, she packs them away like this. She'll do this. Like, you could do this, like with a roll of toilet paper.
Uh-huh.
Like how you make it into squares.
Yeah.
But that's what
I'm going to turn that up so we can kind of focus a little bit more, maybe.
That gets it. I can't even look at that now, the camera, because it makes that.
That's okay. I just noticed that our camera's a little bit blurry, so
Oh God,
I want to see if that helped.
I keep hitting that on accident.
We shall see.
Hopefully.
Your eyes are like, oh my God, it's too bright. No, but that's much better. You can actually see us. We don't look like we're living in a cave over here.
You look like you expired 30 years ago.
Okay, like
It's
I
like-
expired
Like you died 30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit you with some questions, and then you can hit me with a question. Let's do a question for question thing. All right.
Oh yeah.
What does Christmas mean to you?
Spending time with family and worshiping God, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, right? Mary and Joseph.
Is that their name?
Mary was the mother to Jesus,
Yes.
but Joseph was the angel that came down and told Mary.
Yeah. You've actually been paying attention.
No, we just did this today, but I forgot the husband's name. Then.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah.
I'm totally new, and just so you guys know, I haven't been
Then
in
they
church in
had
30
the
years until October, so we're really restoring our faith and kind of getting involved with this
It's
again.
so crazy how, and Mary could have said, you know how she said okay, like yes.
Yeah.
She could have said no, it looks too risky.
You're right. A lot of people can say that to everything, right? They don't want to take
They
a
can
risk.
say anything. You can say that to basically anything.
So she took a risk.
She took a risk.
Good.
Risks is what you
What's-
want to do, even if you have a chance of dying.
Yeah.
It might be the best risk. Though.
That's true. Can I see your glasses?
It might be the
While
best risk.
While you're talking about that, I'm gonna clean these for you.
It might be the best risk ever.
Right. Why is taking a risk good? Now that we're talking about this, I love this conversation.
Like if you need something, if you would need something, you have to take a risk to do that.
That's true.
Like if there's something, if you forgot something, you have to take a risk to make sure it's there, or make sure that things will not always go your way. Will not always go the way that you thought it was going to be.
Most times it usually happens that way, huh? Most times it never happens the way that you thought it was going to be. That's true.
Yeah.
Can you think of a time where you've taken a risk? It can be something simple. It could be a big risk, small risk.
Swimming?
Huh?
Like swimming? How I was terrified?
Were you terrified at swimming? I don't remember that.
Taking a risk, like when I started swimming I'm not scared of swimming. I've never really happened. But, like touching the floor,
Uh-huh.
not touching the floor, but the swimming pool floor,
Uh-huh.
it was hard for me. But
Really?
then like breathing out of my nose out on the first time, you didn't watch me, I'm almost so mad at you.
Oh,
And
I'm
then
sorry.
like this.
Underwater? How was I going to watch you underwater?
No, you could have watched me. You were right there. You saw me go down.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see me go down?
I don't remember.
I didn't even plug my nose.
This
in.
was
All I
last
did is
year
this.
sometime.
All I
or-
did 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
And actually, I think it was earlier this year. I know for sure you haven't been to swimming at least 6
Ooh.
months.
Do you notice anything different about him?
I think they might have noticed a couple weeks ago when I did. Oh, you're talking about my soul patch? Sorry,
You can barely.
I gave it away.
It barely.
See, in case you didn't notice, we both got haircuts. Actually, I don't think we talked about that at all. In case you guys didn't notice on the last
He
podcast,
got a haircut.
I got a haircut. She got a haircut. I shaved my soul patch. We look different.
Mom cut her hair. Amber, my aunt, cut her hair. My cousin cut her hair.
So we all cut our hair.
Basically, everybody.
Everybody's making changes.
A lot.
But yeah, so I'm glad to hear. Can you think of any other times that you've taken a risk?
Not really.
Maybe with like talking to people, maybe with like doing an activity, starting something new. Think of anything you started new.
I can't think of anything.
Can't think of
Working on remote control?
Working on remote controls?
I don't know.
Alright.
Maybe I could mess something up, and then you kind of got mad at me if I messed something up and I accidentally went onto like a game of yours.
Yeah, maybe. maybe. So, okay. I know for sure we're working on you taking some more risks on talking to people. Because that seems to
Well,
be...
how am I going to know if I can take a risk if I haven't even done it yet? I need to do it before I talk about it.
Okay. What's a risk you should be taking? How about that question?
Talking?
To who?
To anybody.
That's a great point, yes. So talking to...
At least people think you know
Mm-hmm.
that are friends with you, but not like strangers.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm glad you talked about that. So we're going to transform this dynamic discussion from the Christmas to taking a risk to talking to strangers. I think that talking to strangers, as far as people saying that that's a bad thing, I think that's terrible advice, by the way.
But it is kind of bad in some ways.
I think it's good to be safe with talking to strangers. You definitely need to be in a safe environment when you're talking to strangers.
You at least have to have somebody older than you.
Yeah, but talking to strangers is something you should be doing. In order to network with people and establish new relationships and learn from people and make new friends, you have to talk to strangers. Like, that's part of the process.
Well, if it's a kid and you're a kid to kid is different.
It could be a kid talking to an adult. Like, as long as there's other adults around and it's a safe environment, I don't see a problem with that. As long as, you're safe, right? Obviously, if you're, like, on the street and, your mom or dad's not paying attention to you and you're talking to a random stranger, there's obvious situations like that where that's not safe. You shouldn't.
Because they can just yank you up and take you.
Yank you up? Yeah, that's terrifying.
Like take you up?
It could yank you up. So
yank you up, take you up.
That is terrifying, and that's something to be cautious of.
Lindsey Baum?
Yeah.
Lindsey Baum. She was walking over for her friends and...
Well, there's a lot of people that have been abducted, sweetie, and I don't want to scare you with that. I just want you to say,
no,
be safe, but don't worry about talking.
It's very, very sad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A 2-year-old died.
So there's a lot of things to be sad about and a lot of things to acknowledge and be worried about, but it's not something you should focus on. You know what I mean? Because, you got to focus on the positive things. I know this is an extreme example, but I believe that what you focus on, you're going to attract. So don't focus on negative things. Don't focus on bad things, because that's the stuff you're going to end up seeing and involving in your life. If you're looking for it, you're going to find it. Positive and negative. All right? If you're looking for negative things, you're going to find it. If you're looking for positive things, you're going to find it.
Well, you should always be looking for both, kind of.
No, you shouldn't focus on negative things. That's what I'm saying.
Not really.
That's why I don't watch the news. That's why I don't listen to the radio. Unless it's Christian music, yeah.
Well,
I don't hear radio with advertising, though, where they're talking about the news. You know what I'm saying?
You do sometimes.
No, I haven't done that in over 6 months now, sweetie.
No, you do that rarely ever. Barely.
Zero. There's 0 times I've done that in the last 6 months. And the only time I watch news is because of my business that's facing the shipping crisis. And so I went onto YouTube and watched a couple things on 60 Minutes just so I can get an understanding of what's happening, so I can talk to my...
Like you don't go on the news, but you'll go you'll go to YouTube and watch the news for 60 minutes.
Just when what's hurting my business, yeah. And that's very rare. It's only been a couple times. So, but you don't understand what I'm saying, though?
I rarely ever see you on the news. Maybe you'll listen to it for a second and then get off of it.
Do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, you should focus on positive things, not negative things. I'm not saying don't ignore the negative things. I'm saying acknowledge it. Acknowledge it, and then just forget about it and understand that it's there, but that's not something you should focus on.
Well, you can actually use the negativity and make it into good.
Absolutely. Yeah. You
should always go to the bad negativity and then make it into a good thing.
Yeah.
How it is without changing anything and just making it a good.
Yeah. And that's a great example. And I think you can always find something positive in a bad experience. And I know a lot of people have a hard time with that.
Me too. But I can't really think of any.
So, give me an example It's funny because Adam Carolla used to do this segment on. I mean, it was more comedy than anything, but he used to do this segment that was called Mr. Brightside, where people would call in, and they would give him a scenario, and they would say, "What is the bright side of this scenario?" And
like how that rapper, well, like the exact same thing, but instead of rapping, it's questions. Like how that guy,
yeah.
He'll call people and ask for 3 words.
Harry Mack. She's plugging Harry Mack. There you go, man. There you go. A 9-year-old's following you, Harry Mack. So, no, that guy does something a little bit different, but yeah.
I know, but it's the same thing. He does his own podcast.
He does streaming, yeah.
Streaming.
I don't know if he does a podcast yet, but he does live streaming like we're doing right here.
Yeah.
But he does it on a platform where it cycles through people. Random people pop up on the screen. So he's like, oh, hey. And he's meeting strangers.
And he's like...
all the time.
And then the kids will go like this, move back, because they're like, what is going on? I imagine you couldn't probably get off that call until you're, like, done.
Right.
Because he was...
So if you were going to give Harry Mack 3 words, what would that be? What you have to come? Let's say you have to come up with 3 words.
I don't know.
Doesn't have to any words.
I can't think of any.
Then take inspiration from your environment.
What do you mean by that?
Look around your surroundings and get inspiration from your
10x.
There you go, 10x. Environment, okay. What else? Proceed. Okay, there you go.
That is our
10x
word.
environment, proceed. Kind of random, but they're random. All right, cool.
We could talk about 10x.
Yeah, and that would be one of my words. Like if Harry Mack said, "Hey man, give me 3 words," it'd be like 10x mindset, mentorship. Yeah, I just randomly say some stuff.
Well, he wants like hard words, like ambulance. He's talking about like long words, kind of long.
Yeah. Like proprioception. That's a complicated word, right?
Do you want to look it up in the Bible when we get to that one?
Philanthropist.
Oh my God! What even is that?
Nova Scotia. That's probably easy because that's a location.
No,
so,
I don't know. I didn't even know that.
Well, we're digressing a little bit, but I love let's bring it back around to Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the environment. I love the vibes. Christmas means a lot more to me than presents and buying things and pressure of
What's
materialistic
the joy,
things.
Like older people when they give stuff to get stuff for other people. That's a meaning of Christmas. Watching your kids opening their presents, being excited.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
It's a meaning of Christmas, even if it's not the main thing. The toys aren't the gifts aren't the main thing. It's watching like people open gifts and spending time together.
Yeah.
And just making that a memory.
That's a great point.
It's a good memory.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I like that you're putting that together and you realize that there is more to Christmas than...
Well, I've basically always known that. It's always a meaning of Christmas is celebrating Jesus.
But you're a child, and so you probably get caught up in the...
Well, when I was younger, like 3, 4, and then 5, but then once 5 came... Well, it's not about the gifts. It's about gifts, Jesus, and spending time.
Absolutely.
Those are the 3 main things.
I'm glad you realized that because there's
like once I was 5, I'm like, oh, it's not just about the gifts now. Now I need to know what the meaning of Christmas is now.
Yeah.
It's Jesus.
Hey, give me a high 5. Good for you.
Because once you're 5, you should know what the 3 main things is. Spending time Jesus, and then presents.
Yeah.
Presents are mainly like the last thing, even though you would probably do it in the morning on Christmas Day.
Well, I like that you talked about how presents, it's not necessarily the presents, but the enjoyment of the happiness of the presents. So like the
Santa.
the feelings that it invokes, the excitement. And and by the way, I've talked about this a couple times, and I briefly talked with a friend the other day about this again.
About Santa?
About Santa, yeah, because she asked me, did you tell her, do you guys celebrate Santa? And
We do, but even though we know it's not real, we still have a little bit of fun and we act like we believed it.
Yeah.
Because we
role play.
We role play Santa. There's movies that are Santa.
Right.
And watching movies is one of the other ones that you can do.
Yeah, I love watching
Christmas
movies.
Eve.
Christmas movies. I love
Christmas Eve.
I love low budget Christmas movies. I'm a sucker for that.
Scrooge.
Scrooge.
Home Sweet Scrooge. I can't say it.
Scrooge. It sounds like a tire screeching. Scrooge.
Don't make fun of Scrooge. He's always grumpy enough.
Scrooge. Yeah, I love Scrooge and that whole tale. Christmas Carol.
Home Alone. Home Alone. Home Sweet Home Alone. Home Alone 3. Home Alone 1. I've actually only watched Home Alone 1.
Yeah, they're all great. So yeah, I love Christmas, and I love how you're pivoting into looking deeper into what Christmas really should be. I think that's what it's all about. So, okay, let's get into this because I want to utilize the rest of this time to start reading the 10X Kids. Let me know what Christmas means to you guys. Type it in the chat. Even if it's you don't get to this, if you don't watch this episode until later, that's fine. Throw it in the chat. I'll read it. So before we do that, we got the tea time topic, which is 10X Kids review. Before we do that, we're going to go over the tea that we're drinking.
Well, give me a minute because the thing fell out.
What did? Oh, the,
Yeah.
no, the bookmark.
But, did we do this? Yeah, we did this, didn't we? We got to like 27, didn't we?
I don't know.
Great.
Yeah, that's why we got
Do you remember-
bookmarks.
I remember reading this, I think. Do you remember reading this?
If you want more, you've got
Money.
to treat money differently than other people do.
Yeah, we read that.
You sure? Oh, we
Sure.
read Sasha's story, yeah.
Then what's this one? I don't even remember reading this one. So I think we left off right here.
Okay, that's probably where we left off.
Yeah, so if we skip one, we'll just
Okay.
read it next time.
Let's, but first, so the tea we're drinking right
Can
now,
I say it?
what's the name of this tea?
Blood orange, and it's good.
Blood orange is the tea flavor we're doing right now. Super good, actually. So let me read you the description and
Can I have more? When
ingredients.
you're done.
Yeah, hopefully. What do you got here?
We only have one more cup left.
Maybe not even that. Ooh, you're lucky. You got a little bit of something in there. All right. So, blood orange tea pairs blood orange peels with hibiscus flowers and rose hips for a naturally sweet, caffeine-free flavor. Rich, hearty, and tangy with a good balance of orange peel dryness
Orange.
and fruit juiciness.
Ew,
All right.
We can eat this.
And it is good.
Could we eat this when
Yep.
we do this?
Yep. So let me
Pumpkin swirl.
show them to the guys. So we're gonna review this chocolate real quick.
We're gonna be doing this, eating this, and drinking our tea. So that will be good.
Let's eat that chocolate for. I'm gonna take a put that bookmark in there, sweetie. Thank you.
Alright, open it.
Yeah, go ahead and open that.
Didn't we read the ingredients?
Yeah, I'll read the ingredients.
Really quick. But could I open it?
So it's Rocca, pumpkin swirl, as she said.
Chocolate. Did you know chocolate actually used to be a bitter, spicy treat?
Is it?
It used to be a drink.
Really?
Could I?
Okay, we blend oat, Haas, addictive maple sweetened granola butter into a dark chocolate base, then swirl in a pumpkin and spice infused vegan white chocolate. Ooh, sounds good.
Spice?
Yeah,
I don't like spice.
it's just pumpkin spice.
Good, good.
That looks beautiful too. Show them what that looks like.
Oh my gosh. It's broken.
It's like it's white chocolate mix.
Here, I'll take a little one of the pieces out and show them. So there's that.
Show them the back.
I know. Then that.
So you can see the white chocolate swirl.
That's so cool because it looks, you know that thing for like a bracelet if you're friends? A dark side and then a white side? That's what it kind of looks like right there.
Nice.
Here, we'll leave this piece right here. Put that right there. It's good. I went down the wrong bite.
I'm trying to see if it tastes like pumpkin.
I don't really like pumpkin.
You don't?
I don't know what pumpkin even tastes like. Whoops. I did this and then one of the pieces landed over there.
It is good.
Yeah.
And
Well, you had to eat.
the pumpkin flavor is not really strong, but I
I
don't think I
can't
bit
taste it.
into the white part yet, so let's check it out.
It's more chocolate than white though.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really taste it anyways. Maybe if you cut out all the chocolate and just carve out the white, maybe you'll taste more of it. I like how it's like a wave. It's like a wave. Like if you had a little...
That's really good. And now, when you bite... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just want to give my thoughts before I forget.
Gosh, Dad. So rude.
That white chocolate is super good. And when you bite into it, you can taste the pumpkin spice. That's super good.
Me too.
Fantastic. Tea and chocolate. What
Too
a,
much.
let's
Too
get you in the frame of the picture here, sweetie.
I'm here. I want to miss off.
All right, give me one more bite of this, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, could I have the last bite?
All right.
Okay, 10x kids Grant Cardone. Chapter 24 and 25.
Man, that's good.
Oops.
Okay. Let's make
Okay.
sure.
Did we did that? Help me.
We don't need it right now.
Oh, I lost it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. So we read that. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're going to be talking about assets, investing, entrepreneur, and resources. So let's talk about the definition of these words. An asset. An asset is something you own that has value. You can convert that value into cash in the future. Examples include real estate or a business.
Like you.
Investing. Investing means trading your paper cash for assets and putting your money in something that you believe will grow in value over time. Entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who owns and runs their own business. The word entrepreneur comes from the same root as enterprise, which is another word for a project or business.
Mm-hmm.
Resources. Resources are items such as money, time, relationships, or other assets that you can use to accomplish your goals. All right, you know what those 4 things are now?
I already knew these two.
You know what investing means?
Investing means like you're lending. You're investing.
I'll tell you one more time.
I know what it means.
It means when you put cash.
When you give a cash to somebody, you'll get cash back, and
Well,
you're basically helping somebody. Like you're helping somebody.
No. So you're almost right, I think. So you're all right, but it's a little more to that. Investing means when you put cash in something that's going to grow in value over time, like an apartment building or a house. If you put money into that and then some years go by, now the house is worth more than what you put the money into it for. That means you're going to get paid more now. I'll give you an example with numbers. Let's say
if you raise the price.
Sure. Let's say I buy a house for $100,000. Okay. In 5 years, let's say the house is worth $200 now, and I go to sell it. How much money did I make?
300 to 1,000.
Are you paying attention, or are you focused on chocolate?
8,000.
No. If I paid $100,000, and then I sell the house for $200,000.
300,000. You plus both of those.
No, that's the number if you add both of those. So, listen what I'm saying real quick. If I give $100,000 to buy a house, and then 5 years later I sell the house for $200,000, how much money would I have made?
2,000.
So it would be 100,000, because I already paid 100. So when I get 200,000 back, I'm getting back the 100,000 I put into it.
Yeah, but you're adding 1.
That's what I made. Get it? I'm adding 1.
But that would be 2,000 then.
No, the only thing you make is what you add. So if I have 100,000, how can I explain this to you? Because now I got to make sure you understand this. I have 100,000. I put it into a house.
Huh?
I go to sell the house. Now I get 200,000 back.
So
now all I have is this. This is gone. Well, it comes back to me. This 200,000 is this now. Now 200,000 comes back to me.
1,000.
This was my money to begin with.
1,000.
Exactly. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
This is the same money I put.
This is what I thought you were talking about. So I get there was 1 to buy it, but I thought adding these 2 and you just saved this. Well, spent it, but then you got it back somehow without doing this, and then that's 3,000 if you were adding it. Because that's what I thought you were talking about, adding it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was just explaining it to you. But does that make sense?
It makes more sense now.
If I put 100 in, and then look, I get 200 back. I get back the 100 I already put. This was mine to begin with. I put this into the house. Now I got.
That's not yours, but this was the thing to begin with.
So listen to me. Let's say this pink one is 100,000. I put this. Let's just do this. Make it easy for you. I put $100,000 to buy the house. So now there's just 100 that I put into the house. This is my money.
Oh, so you're adding another 100. So
it builds value over time. It's worth more. Right.
1,000.
So now over 5 years, it's worth 100,000 more. Now I go to sell it. Now it's worth 200,000. So I made 100,000 because this was already mine to begin with.
Because you only had 100, and now you have 100,000.
Exactly. So I got back the 100 that I already put into it. So now I'm back to 0. And then I got $100,000 extra.
So now you can spend that on a new house.
That's an investment. When you put money into something that's going to bring you more money in time. All right? It doesn't have to be 5 years. It could be
1 year.
1 year. It could be 1 day. Whatever the investment
1 day.
is.
Living in a house.
There's stuff out there that does that. It's not too common, but it happens.
That's crazy how you live in a house for 1 day and you spend $1,000 on it and you have like 5,000.
Let's read Gerald's story though. So Gerald is a young artist. His classmates love his work and ask him to decorate their notebooks and backpacks. They ask him to start making t-shirts they can buy. Gerald's sister, Harmon, suggests that he look into how to print his own shirts. Gerald reads and watches videos about t-shirt printing online. One day, he decides to stop by a local screen printing shop where custom shirts are made. Gerald asks the owner if he'll help him print some of his designs to sell. The owner loves Gerald's work and agrees. Gerald is on his way to being a t-shirt designer. He continues to learn new techniques and practices his skills, investing in his future by expanding his knowledge. Over time, he becomes an expert t-shirt designer and printer, selling his shirts and gear at local art shows and street festivals. He has a whole community of other artists who are building their own businesses. Because he was willing to continually invest in himself, Gerald has his dream career and helps other young artists bring their designs to reality.
That's funny because that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah?
Remember? I make designs on your tablet, and then you were going to go over there and print it out.
That is
what.
what.
But you never did it.
Well, we need to establish your drawings first. We need to figure out which drawing we're going to use, make sure it's...
I already pictured it.
I think it still needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
What do you mean?
The one we were going to use.
The road?
We'll talk about it more.
The heart road?
Yes.
I fixed that.
You did? Okay. If it's ready, we'll go print some of that out.
I fixed it.
But that means you're going to have to sell them.
I know.
That means you got to put effort into actually selling them.
When you go to like a next year the landing show, isn't there
A what?
a walk thing where the whole town sells stuff outside?
Yeah.
Couldn't I do that?
Absolutely.
And you can make something like that. That's an landing
You
show.
can do anything you want that you can sell.
On
straight
fairs,
up.
it's better, or like on a thing.
You can call people and say, "Hey, I got this shirt design." You can call friends, you can call family and say, "Hey, check this out."
There's this app on a kid's tablet, and my friend Kaylee, me and her have a really, really good friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do you have a tablet? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what do you have on it? And she's like, I have this little game. I'm like, can you contact people with it? And you're like, yeah, I can contact people.
Nice.
I'm like, did your mom have to buy it? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and she's like, yes. And I'm like, oh my god.
So, but I can teach you ways to sell the shirt. You're gonna have to listen to me though, and I'll help you. This is actually a great exercise, and I think we should continue to do that and definitely pursue that. So let's make a commitment to actually do that. Let's get the shirts designed.
She might be as small.
And we're gonna hit our power base. I'll talk to you about what the power base is and go over all that stuff with you. So this is great. The fact that, so this is investing. This is talking about investing. He invested the time to reach out to the guy who owned the shop. He invested time in watching videos on learning how to do the printing.
Like here.
And he invested time in trying to sell it. Now that's called investing. It doesn't always have to be money. Usually investing takes money or time. So you can invest time by watching YouTube videos and get...
Where does it say investing?
Let's see.
No, here. Or videos. You said watching videos. You said investing, watching videos, but there's no investing right here.
That's what he did. It doesn't need to be... Okay, look, because he was willing to continually invest in himself, Gerald has his dream career and helps other young students bring their designs to reality. He invested in himself in all those ways. All right?
It's crazy.
All right, so let's see here.
I don't think we can do that right now.
What are some... We're still going to read the questions. What are some ways... So they got exercises in the book for the kids. This is awesome. What are some ways you can get money? Think you're too young? You're not. No matter how old you are, you can find opportunities all around you. Think about things other people don't want to do. Will they pay you to walk the dog, shovel snow, or run errands? What is one way you can keep your money? What is one way you can multiply your money by investing in an asset to help you make more money? And in this case, that shirt idea is a great way. All right. Important. You are an investment. Investments aren't only about money. No matter what your goals in life are, you will need to invest in yourself. That means learning about topics that are important to you. The more you learn, the more valuable you are, and the more fun you'll have. So much information is available for free online, YouTube, podcasts, your local library. Many top universities make videos of their classes available online to anyone at no charge. There's no end to what you can learn. How to play guitar, how to eat healthier, how to perform a new skateboard trick, how to speak another language, how to build a website. The world is at your fingertips. You can learn any of these. Don't know where to start? Do an internet search on video on how to
I know.
fill in the
One
blank,
These.
whatever you want. It doesn't have to be one of those.
No, but I know how. You can just look at a book. I have a book about English, and it's just about like cat, spoon, egg, and
Yeah.
like people.
So yeah, basically what Grant was saying though is don't know where to start. Do an internet search on video on how to fill in the blank and see what's out there. One hint: make sure the people you go for advice are true experts and have actually done what you want to do.
Or do it.
All right, investing in yourself is the one sure thing. The skills and concepts you learn, practice, and study become a part of you. Or become part of you. Sorry. You own them, and no one can take that away. This is very important for you to remember. I'm going to say this again. Investing in yourself is the one sure thing. The skills and concepts you learn, practice, and study become part of you. And you own them. No one can take that away. So all the stuff you learn is yours forever. And now you're investing in yourself and you become the asset. Kind of like you said, you are the asset, you are the investment. That's what he meant. Once you learn stuff, knowledge is one of the best investments you can do because no one can take that from you. What's one thing you can invest in yourself today? What's one way you can invest in yourself today?
I don't know. So see, I'm on that.
I can learn blank.
How to do art
Okay, great.
and get better.
You can practice fill in the blank.
Getting better. Art.
Yeah,
Getting better at swimming.
and you can study what?
You could probably maybe read about it.
Yeah.
Read about what you wanted. Like if I wanted to learn how to swim or do art, I could look up what I wanted to do and look it up
That's true. Exactly.
and just look at those.
This is cool. There are 52 million millionaires in the world.
52.
52 million.
52.
That's how many millionaires there are in the world. It's quite a bit.
Does he know all of them?
No.
Does he know some of them?
Yeah. All right. 10x your action. Act big. Never lower your targets. Instead, increase your actions.
Yeah, like if you start out small, you're gonna think small.
Exactly. High five.
Well, you could probably think a little bit bigger, but not big as you wanted it to be.
Yeah, you need to aim big
You
because
might
if
be
you come
big,
up.
but it won't be as high as you wanted it.
Yeah, the reason why I'll remind you that you aim high for your dreams and goals is because if you come up short on it and you don't hit your targets, at least I would rather come up short on big goals than come up short on a small goal. Does that make sense?
Kind of, because the way that you're saying it is just weird.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying though? I don't want to be disappointed by
Like
not
come
hitting.
out big on a small thing. That's what you're saying. Like
No. So most times when people set a target and a goal,
it
you
should-
never hit the target anyway. You come up short on it. You don't hit it. You kind of.
You'll always be small at first, probably, and you'll get better. The smaller.
But you don't want to aim to be small, is what I'm saying.
No, you'll always want to aim big, but it will be small. You'll aim big, but you'll be small at first. But then you'll get better.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Like, even if it doesn't go the way you plan, you'll eventually get it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to start out small. If you wanted to be small, you're gonna probably start out small.
Right, exactly. Okay, so let's power through this, get this out of here, or get through this portion of it.
One more time.
For my entire life, pretty much everyone around me has told me to slow down. They've told me I work too much. I'm too consumed with success. I care too much. I talk too much. I do too much. Basically, they're telling me that I am too much. When I was in school, I was one of those kids who drove everybody crazy because I was always asking questions, running around, and I couldn't sit still. My mom and my teachers hoped I'd grow out of it and settle down. I didn't. I've been called a workaholic, compulsive, obsessive, never satisfied, out of balance, you name it.
I wonder if I could probably do. I think I should probably try to ignore my friends and make them ignored and see what I want to see what they would say.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what they say.
So people tell me, why don't you take it easy? Relax. Stop working so hard. But they only want me to slow down so I don't make them look bad. Why should I try to be average? Average is for the people. I'm after the 10x life, and that calls for 10x action. And 10x action is massive action. Massive action means putting forth 10 times the amount of activity that others do. It means doing what others won't do so you can achieve what others won't ever achieve. Here's how it looked for me. When I was up and coming in the business world, for every sales presentation, phone call, or appointment others made, I was making 10 of them. When I started buying real estate, I looked at 10 times more properties than I could buy and then made offers to ensure that I was able to buy what I wanted at the price I desired. When I met my wife and she wouldn't give me the time of day, I didn't ask her out once and let it go when she gave me the cold shoulder. I asked her out again and again and again and again. You get the picture. I kept going until I got the yes. Sure, people told me I was crazy and to move on, to try for a deal or property or woman or a life that was on my level. But I don't aim for goals on my level. I aim much higher. The same is true for you. The goals you set should always move you to a better place or toward an objective you've not yet achieved. And if extraordinary, unstoppable, consistent effort is what it takes to reach your goals, that's what you need to do, no matter what anyone else says. Greatness takes work. If it was easy, everyone would do it. There are no shortcuts. There is no secret path. To achieve the extraordinary, you need to do something extraordinary, that is, above and beyond what others are doing. Forget about the haters or those who tell you that you can't achieve your goals. Forget about lowering your standards. Forget about fitting in. Look around you. If you want to be average, do what everyone else does. But if you want more than average, you need to do more. No matter where you start, massive action will take you farther than anyone else. When they tell you to slow down, that's when you need to step on the gas. It's time to act big.
10 times bigger.
Yeah. What I know
I didn't hit that part.
What's your thought on, what did you get out of that?
Basically, he was asking over and over, and it's really not good to stop what you're doing. Like,
yeah.
if you're having progress and you're going more, that shows other people. Like, they don't want, I think they're jealous and they don't want you to be ahead of them. They want to be ahead of you.
That could be a reason, yeah.
Because sometimes my friends will want to, you know, I'm like, I have to do, you know how I have, and now, I have to do 80 multiplication facts for
Really?
3 whole minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Jackson. We're the only ones. Usually we'd only have to do 60 in 3 minutes. But now we need 4 minutes.
Okay. Why?
Because you need a little bit more time for now. And then I'll I'll say I want to go for 3 minutes. Once I get better.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm gonna start out a little bit for 4 minutes until I get really, really fast, and then I'll go. I'll ask her, could we go to 3 minutes now?
Nice.
And give my friend time a little bit too.
So when he was talking about how people were calling him a workaholic, compulsive, obsessive, never satisfied,
What's
out of
that?
balance. Workaholic means you work too much.
Oh, I thought it meant like an alcoholic.
It's the kind of same.
It's almost the same
Yeah.
thing.
If someone is an alcoholic, they drink too much. If someone's a sleepaholic, they sleep too much. If someone's a TV-aholic, they watch too much TV. You get the point.
Playaholic.
So when they were calling him that, what are your thoughts about that part of the story?
When you were calling him? Calling what?
Yeah, what do you think about when he said people were calling him all those things?
I think I like how he ignored them. And he went more.
Yeah.
He went more. He didn't care about. He's like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I'm just gonna leave you here and make progress.
Yeah. I can relate. I've been called a couple of those things as well. Do you think if he listened to those comments and those people that...
If he listened, he wouldn't be what he is today.
That's true.
Or he would, but it would have been a lot longer for him.
Maybe, yeah.
It would have been a little bit more time.
It would have played a part in him getting to it, absolutely. And he's also said that greatness takes work. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You understand
Like that.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like everyone wants to just eat, but few are willing to hunt.
Exactly. I love that.
Because nobody, I really, really like that message.
Me too.
Because, like that too.
It shows
a cat can feel like an even bigger thing.
That cat with the mindset is thinking bigger. He's
10 times bigger than him.
His confidence is big.
He probably is as strong as a lion. Probably they're cats.
Absolutely.
Even though they're not the same cats, they're pretty much alike. They both have everything. I'm telling you, I bet that cat's a boy now because he would be thinking as a girl if it was a girl. So that's a boy cat thinking.
I see. Yeah.
That he is strong.
In case you're wondering what we're talking about, it's the picture was on my wall that you guys have probably seen already, but it's the cat looking in the water at reflection.
Well, they can always go on another one.
Right. If you haven't seen it, it says mindset. It's got the cat looking at the reflection of him as a lion in the water. So.
But it's not. He's not a lion. But I do like that he is.
So, what's your final thoughts? Is that if you want to do more than average, you need to do more. All right. So this.
Like 10 times more.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's remember.
Are we done? Are we gonna?
We are done. We're gonna hold on there.
No, I'm right. Tea time topic. Word of the day.
Grab me the dictionary. She wants to. The word of the day is proceed.
Proceed. Like proceed to the route. Proceed to the route. This is how a GPS will say it. Proceed to the route.
Will you grab
over and over. Here, let's look for the P's.
So she's gonna be looking into that. I love the 10x mentality, and I love the 10x, the new 10x Kids book. It's broken down a little bit better for kids to kind of comprehend. As you can see, Malia can comprehend it pretty good, and especially the short stories in there.
PR?
Yep. PRO.
PI. PU.
Super good stuff.
Okay, PR. PRO?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the other left?
C.
C. then it should be. It might be on this one. No, it's on this one somewhere. I don't think. It might be on this one.
What's about?
But it's PR, and then on the other page it might be there.
All right, so
I can't really find it.
proceed. Proceeding, proceeds, process, all relevant. Procedure. Okay. Proceed. To go forth or forward.
Yeah.
To issue, arise, and emanate.
Arrive.
To prosecute any design. To carry on a legal action. To take a university degree. But mainly it means to go forth or forward.
Like you go on a trip and you proceed to the route. Like how a GPS would say, proceed to the route.
Yeah.
What does really proceed mean? Like move?
Proceed
Like
means move forward with
move
it.
forward.
Take action.
Yeah.
It can mean
It's funny.
it means moving forward like physically. It also means moving forward within like
I have a story, and this girl said it just today. And she's like, so on Christmas, she wanted to go somewhere. She packed all of her things, and her sister, they went to the mountains to have a camp.
Oh yeah.
And they were hungry. And it was 2 hours away.
Oh wow.
It was 1 hour away, just from their house. So they stopped at Starbucks. What do you think happened?
They ate a banana.
Starbucks was closed.
Oh, bummer.
So then they're hungry, and then their mom's like, "Just wait. Can you wait for another hour?" And they're like, "Yeah." So they waited to the hour, and they went to the town, and nothing was open.
Oh no.
And then they're starving at this point, and they have to go to the bathroom. And now it's even worse. So then they go. And they're like, "Can you wait for another hour?" And they're like, "Yeah." Then they go there. Then guess what happens when they're at the thing?
What?
They forgot the keys.
Oh, bummer.
So then they have to wait 2 hours, 3 hours for their mom, for their grandma to come over and grab because she has the keys.
Oh, really?
So now they have to wait for 3 hours, for 2 hours, and they're waiting outside. And by the time they're done, it's 38 degrees in the house. They forgot to turn on the heater. And then and they're grabbing all the food. They put it in the microwave. And the plates were cold. So when they put the food on the thing, the food would turn cold.
Mm.
So they're like, they said that they ate it in like 2 minutes because they were so hungry because it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're starving, and they're like this, eating all their food because they're so hungry.
That's crazy. Sounds like they didn't plan very well.
No, they did, but they were rushed.
Really?
Yeah, they should have got that done the night before.
Absolutely, yeah. You need to plan ahead a little bit better. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. Give them the plugs one more time. Where can they find us? Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
There you go, guys. So subscribe, follow, like, share, give us some love, and
Give us love.
give us some love, all right? Thanks for watching. Looks like this was episode 50. Yeah, episode 50. 50.
Figgy.
So
Figgy pudding.
So thanks, guys. We're gonna leave you with
Figgy.
that. We'll finish up. We'll pick the book up.
How about figgy pudding?
Maybe next week, if not the following week after that, and continue reading that book. All right. So,
13 days.
Thanks for watching. We'll check in with you guys later. Have a fantastic week. Until we see you next time, I would say
be
dynamic.
But there's only 2 more weeks until Christmas.
Yep. We'll do a podcast before then, though. So take care, guys. Have a good week,
Bye.
all right?